The following is an exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the National Football League.
Mills has a touchdown! Touchdown! Here we are going to the NFC Championship game. Taken down. Ryan Burns in trouble. Flicks it out of the backfield. Picked off Pigley. Touchdown! Over the middle, intercepted. Peppers coming back the other way. Leaping grab for touchdown.
Hello everyone and welcome inside a special Halloween edition of the Panthers Huddle powered by AWS. I'm your host Kristen Balboni. And that was Brian Burns along with the D-line taking a break from terrorizing quarterbacks to spook some patrons at Scarowinds. We're going to be going behind the scenes with those guys later in the show, so stay tuned for that. Also, we keep a Panthers Halloween tradition going as the rookies strut their stuff for the kids at Levine Children's Hospital. You do not want to miss that. But back on the practice field this week, the team is gearing up for another division game against Atlanta this Sunday. Quarterback PJ Walker is set to make another start after leading the team to a win against Tampa last week. And he knows to keep it rolling, it's all about staying positive and executing at a high level.
You look around the league, it's a lot of teams that's 3-4, a couple of teams 2-5. It's never over. It's never over, and I think the locker room knows that. And me just having the experience of being 1-5 at one point in my career with, in Indy, just seeing the transition of how things just got rolling and got going. It just takes one. It just takes one to get going, and once you get one, things just the outlook just become. You just see different things start to happen, and the opportunities start to be there.
The big news that broke late last week was Carolina trading star running back Christian McCaffrey to San Francisco for multiple picks. It was a move that many thought meant the season was all but over for Carolina. And on top of that, you had the division leader Tampa Bay coming to town with Tom Brady at the helm. So it was an easy take to write the Panthers off. But the problem was the team didn't write back. This was interim head coach Steve Wilks' first win in his hometown stadium. The kind of homecoming no one predicted, but there was plenty to celebrate after the game. Let's see how it all went down in this week's Bojangles Rewind.
It is a picture-perfect autumn afternoon. The Carolina Panthers at 1-5 taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, I'm feeling good, man. Ready to ball.
Sunday fun day, man.
Ready for a win.
Time to hold it down.
PJ Walker will be the starting quarterback for Carolina today. Eddie Pinheiro will send it away for Carolina. Brady the snap, fakes to Fournette. Brady's got time, sends it downfield, has a receiver wide open, and Mike Evans dropped the football. It was a surefire touchdown. That was a lucky break for Carolina. Now Godwin in motion. Brady the snap, hands it off to White, who is taken down in the backfield by Burns and Shaq Thompson. Brady's in the gun, takes the shotgun snap. Here's the delayed blitz. Brady under pressure, and he's sacked by Brian Burns. 5th sack of the season for Spider-Man. Walker the shotgun snap, pressure from up the middle, screen, Foreman gets a block from Bozeman across the 45, and he's still going inside the 40. Deontay Foreman down to the 35 of Tampa Bay before Levante David took him down. Walker the shotgun snap, throwing for the end zone. Moore is there, he makes the catch. Did he stay in bounds? He did! Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers have a 7-0 lead on Tampa Bay. The snap, the handoff to Fournette, met immediately. I don't know if he got there.
He did not.
He is tackled right at the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th and 1. Brady under center. The snap, the toss right to Fournette. And he dives toward the 25-yard line. I don't think he got there.
I don't think he got it.
You cannot say enough about this Panther defense. Walker under center, takes the snap, hands off Deontay Foreman, right side, big hole, he's got the 30, rumbling across the 40, thunders across midfield, big fella's chugging, 25-20, down the right sideline, deep into Buccaneer territory. McCollum finally got him but not before a huge gain, the biggest run of the season for D'Onta Foreman. Walker in the gun, Moore now slot left. Here's the snap, pressure off the edge, they run it to Hubbard, he's got the 10, 5, up the middle, touchdown, Panthers! First down and 10, Foreman gets the call, running right side, he's got midfield, he's got the 40, rumbling down that right sideline inside the Tampa Bay 30, all the way to the 28-yard line, a gain of 27 for D'Onta Foreman. Walker the snap, fires downfield, Tommy Tremble's open, makes the catch, touchdown, Panthers!
That's gorgeous, wide open, perfect ball, just dropped it in there.
21-3, Carolina. The Panthers get in the win column. In a week where nobody gave them a chance, this team showed you what they're about. They knock off Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in convincing fashion.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, Denzel.
This for you, brother.
Welcome back to the Huddle. I am here with Coach Wilks. And Coach, we just saw you being awarded the game ball after last week's win, but I know you do not like to make it about you. You've been saying that all week. So instead of asking you about yourself, I will ask you about this team. What did it mean for this team to get that dominating win over the Bucs last week?
I think it meant a lot because these guys have worked just so hard. And I felt like we were just so close to really getting that victory. And for us to go out and play the way we played in all three phases, and for those guys to finally see the fruits of their labor, I was just so excited and elated for them.
We've gone this long without talking about this defense who allowed just 3 points last week. And I know you being a defensive guy, I should have asked you about it a lot sooner, but there's so many other great things to talk about. Up front, the team was able to get pressure. We saw Brian Burns get that sack on Tom Brady. Back in the secondary, everyone covered well, including some corners who had to come in, like the Keith Taylors or Tay Hayeses. But you also said there were some missed opportunities. I heard you say that after that game. So what have your talks been like with the defense this week? What are you challenging them with against the Falcons?
To execute and finish. You know, we did miss out on some opportunities. And when you find yourself, as we will progress, in tight, close games, we got to take advantage of those opportunities. And, you know, there's times when you say, okay, we got our hands on the ball. No, we dropped probably about 3 interceptions that we probably could have scored with at least 1 or 2 of them, you know. So the challenge to those guys is to just finish and, you know, make those game-changing plays. You mentioned a couple of guys, and I have to talk about these guys, particularly on the back end. We had some injuries. You know, JC didn't play. Keith Taylor stepped in. He's always been that diligent, you know, practice guy that he just puts his time and effort and work in. And then all of a sudden he got his opportunity. And we had a critical play on that 3rd down, and he had an amazing break on the ball.
Yes, he did. I got a front row view of that. And I know, something I know about Keith Taylor is he's a meticulous note taker. So it's great to see all of those notes in preparation come to fruition, as you said. So headed down to Atlanta to face the Falcons. What do you expect to see from this team? Who are they, and what do you expect them to present the Panthers?
You know, they're pretty persistent in running the football. You know, they are a run-first team to set up the play-action pass. Coach Smith does a tremendous job. Him and Mariota were together in Tennessee, so that chemistry that you can see, he is committed to doing what they're doing. Defensively, you know, Jared up front, he can really take over a game at any time. So we got to do a great job of really trying to neutralize him. They have some injuries on the back end as well as we did. I know those guys are going to step up and play. It's going to be a hard-fought football game, and we got to really go down there and play.
And finally, Coach, as you prepare for this big division game, you know, 2-0 in the division so far, how has this team responded this week coming off of this big win as you prepare for the Falcons?
Well, we quickly put it to bed, and, you know, again, last week can't help us this week. And I think as we mature and grow, we have to quickly understand that we got to get ready for the next opponent. And I've seen that this week, and I'm very pleased with our approach.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to that game. Thank you so much for the time.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Next up on the Huddle, Halloween is here. The rookies put on a show for the kids at Levine Children's Hospital, and later, the D-line gets a monster makeover.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers television network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers.
For every holiday, people usually make their own traditions, and Halloween is no exception. Maybe you take the family to a pumpkin patch to pick out your soon-to-be jack-o'-lanterns, or maybe you cozy up on the couch and have a scary movie marathon. But around here, Halloween usually means just one thing: rookies in costumes. Every year, the rookies don the costumes and smiles for the kids at Levine Children's Hospital. And this year, they strolled the catwalk in a costume contest. Veterans Marquise Haynes and Yetur Gross-Matos, alongside Nicole Tepper, judged the event. And you might even see yours truly in my best witching attire. Check it all out in this week's Coke Community Spotlight. I am your host with the most, the Wicked Witch of Western North Carolina, Kristen Balboni, and I am here with the one and only Riley Fields. And as you heard, we will be your ghosts for the evening.
Thanks, Kristen. What a great crowd. What an amazing venue. Thanks for being here this evening. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Welcome our favorite Dalmatian and the #1 draft pick for the Panthers this year, offensive tackle Ikem Iki Ekwonu.
Please welcome Mr. Incredible, a.k.a. #9 for the Carolina Panthers, quarterback Matt Corral. Well, that's it, folks. We hope you have a fun and safe Halloween. Keep pounding.
Welcome back to the Huddle. You just saw the rookies participating with some kids from Levine Children's in the Halloween Spooktacular. TD, did you have to dress up as a rookie? Is that a rite of passage?
I absolutely did have to dress up. That's one of the things that you enjoy, though. Once you go into the hospital and you get the opportunity to interact and hang with the kids, you see the smiles on their faces, it completely changed your perspective of what you're doing.
And the costumes are great, too. What was your costume as a rookie? Do you remember?
I was SpongeBob, I think. If I remember correctly, I was SpongeBob, KB. That was almost 20 years ago.
We have got to find that footage somewhere if it exists. I am begging everybody, the Panthers organization, we got to find that.
I may have it. I may post it just
please,
for you, KB.
Please, for me. It'd be a Halloween gift. I would appreciate that. So we also haven't had a chance to catch up with you, Thomas, since the news of the Christian McCaffrey trade. What were your thoughts when you saw that news?
You know, like a lot of the fans, you know, I was shocked that it happened. You know, you hear rumblings of things happening all the time, but to trade away a guy like Christian McCaffrey, you have to understand there are going to be some disappointed people. There are a lot of people that absolutely loved having C-Mac on this team, including myself. But at the same time, we also understand that the organization has to do what they feel is best moving forward. And moving forward, getting those extra draft picks to make this team stronger was the best thing for us. And we have to realize that when you're in a situation and you have a valuable commodity like that you can take advantage of, it's going to only make the team better. So hopefully, and I've been imploring to the fans on social media, stick to the process, trust the process, and it's going to all work out.
And I want to ask you because, you know, in talking to Coach Wilks and talking to the players right after the game, They now, not only did they believe they could win that game, this now carries forward, and you have been in locker rooms where this is the case. So what does this do for this team now having their first win under Coach Wilks and playing in a very important game against Atlanta next week?
KB, momentum is a huge part of this game. Once you start to develop some momentum, you get this sense of confidence, not only in the defense, but in the offense. You start looking at the offensive side. This defense has been playing well in spurts all season long. But then we've kind of gotten to points to where, you know, they kind of felt like they were drained. And that's one of the things that has been the difference in this team. When you come out and you get some offensive points put on the board, you get drives extended, you keep that defense fresh. I mean, really, the sky is the limits for this team. So we had some offensive productive. P.J. Walker did a phenomenal job. Dante Foreman went out and created huge momentum-changing plays. The list really goes on when it comes to offensive guys stepping up. But that's what this team is going to need all season long, and we're right there in the thick of things when it comes to this division.
Well, I know you've got more to say on that win and how the Panthers can carry that over this week and beyond. So we're going to put you inside TD's film room when we come back.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it.
Closed captioning for the Panthers television network is provided by Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates, helping you enjoy the sights and sounds of the NFL all season long.
Welcome back. We are inside TD's film room with the legend himself, Thomas Davis. And TD, we just saw PJ Walker and the entire Panthers team celebrating after last week's win. PJ getting the game ball. Is there any better feeling than that?
There is no better feeling, and we want to show you guys exactly why we had the opportunity to celebrate as a football team. We're going to dive right into this play. PJ Walker came out. He had a phenomenal game. But listen, it cannot go unnoticed the job that this offensive line did. The Bucs' strength on their team has been their front for a very long time. The ability for these guys to get after the quarterback has been phenomenal as for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But what did our offensive line do? They had a clean pocket for PJ on this play, and watch how this play ends. This is one of the best throws that I've seen in a Carolina Panther uniform in a very long time. Literally put the ball right on the money to Tremble. All he had to do was literally just continue his route, and it fell right into his arm. And that's what you call a dime, and that's what P.J. Walker was doing all Sunday when we went out and we took on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's why we were able to win this game. Let's go into this next play. Let's show you. We talked about this last week, right? We talked about some of the things that we needed to do, right,
I gotta
Kevin?
say, you're being humble. We talked about it. TD said, this is how Brian Burns can sack Tom Brady. You showed us the breakdown, and that's what went out and happened. You're being very humble about it. You called it.
Kevin, we're working together, all right? So, listen, we talked about Donovan Smith, talked about his struggles, talked about the things that he's been facing and dealing with all season long, and how we could take advantage of it. And when I talked about Brian Burns and how special he is as a rusher, watch this play roll, and this was one of the guys that Burns said he wanted to get on the ground before he was done playing football. And listen, up and under move, literally set Donovan Smith up, upfield, right underneath, getting Tom Brady on the ground, creating momentum for your team. These are the kind of plays that we need from this defense all season long, creating negative plays, changing the momentum for our defense, and literally getting the offense the ball back.
And we'll see if they can continue it. That game, Panthers at Falcons, will be at 1 o'clock. Fox has the call of that one, and you can also catch me and the rest of the radio broadcast crew on 99.7 The Fox locally. But TD, as we promised everyone at the beginning of this show, we are going to leave everybody with a video of Brian Burns and that Panthers D-line going to Scarowinds. They get a full monster makeover and start scaring people. It is hilarious. If you haven't seen it, we're going to watch it too. So on behalf of this man right here, Thomas Davis, on behalf of Coach Wilks and our entire Huddle crew, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time inside the Panthers Huddle.
Keep pounding.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous as right now. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm nervous as hell. Like, I like bringing people, I like scaring them. I don't like being scared. So anybody come up behind me and scare me, oh, that's it.
You're all going to die.
turn.
What do y'all think?
I'm done for the night. Right now we have a live makeup session that we got going on. We got Etor. We got Barno currently. It's okay to breathe. And right now, here we go.
It looks so good.
Why are you shaking, bro?
Boo!
Oh, you scared me, man.
You've been watching the Panthers Huddle, a copyrighted presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the NFL.